What's going on, y'all? Happy Friday. You are tuned in to the Hot List. I'm your host, Matt Johnson with Keller Realty, and I come to y'all Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. We hang out and we talk about real estate. We talk about real estate questions, concerns, and we do that during the question of the day. And this is a question that is submitted by a listener of the podcast. So each and every episode I do this question comes from either a listener, a current client, a previous client, sometimes even my own family. And this is a way for me to give back for everything that everybody's allowed me to help do. Because if you have that question about real estate, the chance that somebody else has that question is extremely high. What better way and what better place to start and allow me to be the real estate resource to get your question answered, use it for future episodes just like this one, and then send it out there for others to listen and get a hold of. And I continually do this because, again, it's a way for me to give back. And if I can help more people, maybe not get a specific answer, give them the right path to start on, then you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do. So make sure you keep those questions coming. You can shoot them to me here on Facebook, YouTube, or the podcast player that you are tuning into this on. I will, again, not only answer that for you, but use it for episodes just like this one so I can continue to create videos and bring them to y'all. So today's question of the day: does a garage door improve my home's efficiency? Had you asked me this 2 years ago, I more than likely would have had a different answer because 2 years ago and before, I had the original garage door that was with the house. Last year, I got it replaced with a more energy efficient, and I went from a wood door to a insulated steel door. So that's one thing that has changed. But be honest, when it comes to improving energy efficiency in your home, how many of us really bring the garage and the garage door into consideration? I would guess it's not many. However, if you have an attached garage, there may be some leaking warm air or cool air through maybe the gaps, the seals, whatever this may be. And there are a few ways to combat this. And uh, of course, the most effective one is installing a new garage door. I also learned during this process, as well as the process I went through of getting the garage door fixed, not all garage doors are created equal. To get the most bang for your buck, you kind of have to do some research, talk to some experts. I would absolutely recommend that. So, to answer the question of the day, does a garage door improve my home's efficiency? We're going to get into how new garage doors help save money on your heating and cooling costs by talking about 3 ways a new garage door can improve your home's efficiency. Number one, energy efficiency and your garage. Like I mentioned in the intro, not a lot of thought or even emphasis goes into garage doors. More people put this focus on windows and doors that are facing outside when they're trying to optimize energy efficiency. And that makes sense because you have so many doors or so many windows and you see those all the time. While you see your garage door, if you have an attached garage, that's not something that you're necessarily look at and see each time you walk through your house. And not as much effort goes into the into protecting your garage door or even the windows from drafts or leaks, even though a garage door or garage without doors has the same outside air that and same potentially same temperature as outside. And that can obviously be problematic if a home has an attached garage, especially if it has an attached garage with access near the home, the intake for the home's heating and cooling system. So instead of circulating air from the home, what may happen is the intake might pull outdoor air and lose a bit of the nice warm or cool internal temperature. And this may happen every time it kicks on. So this is why proper a proper garage door can be useful. Just to kind of reiterate the point that maybe your intake is in your garage or close to your garage, it that is unlikely with most homes now, or even with it being connected to your home's heating or cooling. So, having your garage as a closed environment helps stabilize the temperature as well as prevent some problems that can cause drafts and temperature leaks in the garage. Once you install new garage doors or door, depending on how many you have, you might see a small and maybe noticeable difference in your overall heating or cooling costs, especially if you have garage access near your HVAC intake. I did notice after going from a wood door to an insulated door, it did make a difference. My garage is not as cold as it was. I actually had it properly installed by professionals, thank God. And so they reduced a lot of those gaps that were in my old garage door. Number two, choosing the right garage door. While so you can ask, a lot of people ask themselves, what type of garage door can I get away with? Well, I can just go as expensive as possible, or will the cheapest door be sufficient? The answer to either one of those is not always. Some garage door manufacturers actually advertise the R values of the door, and this is just the rating. So just like windows and insulation, uh, they give it that rating. This information is useful when choosing a garage door, especially when you have the segmented nature that they have, because you have to install them in sections, and the fact that such a large area opens and closes when the door is used. So when it opens or closes, your entire garage is exposed. However, the meaning of this may not be as useful as you might think. And don't get me wrong, a good R value is nice to have, but don't base your garage door choice on this factor alone. What I would recommend instead is finding a sturdy garage door that goes well with the look of your home. You can do it with windows, without windows. Excuse me. If you choose a garage door with windows, make sure they are a low emissive window, because these will perform better as far as the energy efficiency goes. And there's going to be a ton of different options to choose from. You've got wood doors that are great, because they're a little bit heavier, whether you choose again windows or windowless. There's vinyl doors, steel doors, and these do a good job as well, as long as they are insulated and installed properly. But take the time to choose a door that is not only going to well insulate the garage and your house, but that has a nice overall fit and feel with your house as well. And then number three, which is one of the more important parts of the tips that we're going to talk about today, garage door insulation. Now, it is absolutely possible to have the garage door as a DIY project in installation. You know, I've seen people do it. Just keep in mind, this is a pretty big task to get the door installed properly, especially if you haven't done it before, not familiar with it. Because and you need to know what good is a new efficient garage door if it's not installed properly. Even if your measurements are off by an inch or two, it could potentially cause some big problems, including gaps that will affect your energy savings and maybe tension points on, or maybe on the door, on the rollers, on the springs, that could cause more wear and tear on the system than is needed. So what I would recommend, same thing I did, calling a professional to install the door. They do this all the time. They do this for a living. They know what they're doing. I would guess they have more practice with door installation than you do. I know they did. They have more practice than I do. That's why I called a professional and had it done the right way. And often they can have it done quicker than you could do it yourself. Because they install everything the right way, and when they do it to the point that you get the maximum life as well as efficiency savings out of the garage door setup. So, you know, if you're familiar with it, know how to do it, more power to you. My situation, I was not. So I called somebody to come do it and just get it knocked out. So that's it. Those are the three ways a new garage door can improve your home's efficiency. Again, the first one is just knowing you want efficiency in your garage, because you have to know that there's ways to make your home efficient outside of windows and doors. The garage door is one of them. It can help keep your garage warmer in the winter, cooler in the summer, as long as it is installed properly and is an insulated door. Number two is choosing the right door. While it is an option to choose the most expensive one or the most expensive one you can afford, that's an option. But it may be on the cheap end or on the cheap end, just a door's a door. That isn't always going to be the case. While the R rating that they have that shows the amount of insulation and efficiency that it has on there is good, this is not going to be the only factor. Make sure that it's not only going to work, it's going to fit and it's going to be efficient, but make sure that it's going to look right and look good on your house once it's installed. And finally, number three, when it comes to garage door installation, again, you can absolutely do it as a DIY project. I would recommend doing it or having a professional do it. This is what they do for a living. They have more practice than many of us do, and the way they install it, it not only gets the maximum life out of it, but it also gets the maximum amount of energy savings on it as well. So that is going to wrap it up for me. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Please keep those questions coming. As always, I've included a description in the a link in the description to catch up on previous episodes through Apple Podcast as well as Spotify. Don't forget to like and subscribe so when new episodes come out, you get notified and they get downloaded to your podcast player of choice. Thank you guys for hanging out with me this week. Again, I'm your host, Matt Johnson with Keller Williams Realty. I do this because your experience matters and should be trusted with a veteran. Y'all have a phenomenal weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Take care.